the battery?
Battery's in here.
Okay.
Take them out of here.
Is it easy enough to replace?
Yeah, it just slides out. It's cool.
All right.
Here's the rear hub. We have 3 different batteries. We got one steel lead acid batteries. We got one that's nickel metal hydride. And we have one lithium ion, which is the new one.
Okay.
Lithium ion, you can go up to 40 miles range. For the nickel metal hydride, you go from 30 to 35. And for the steel lead acid, same from 25 to 30. It has a pedal torque sensor where it'll help push you along. So the sensors that'll know when to help you.
So you just start padding and it assists you.
The price range is anywhere from $1,500 to it starts at $1,500.
Biodiesel is a sustainable, renewable fuel made out of vegetable oils, and really any oils that come from living things.
Yeah.
And in LA, you can get biodiesel from the LA Biodiesel Co-op. If you're on the east side, in Highland Park, we have a 1,000-gallon trailer that we store fuel and make available to our members. And you can find out more about that at biodiesel-coop.org. And then on the west side, there's a 24/7 station, the USA Petroleum gas station on Maxella at Mindanao. And the way the co-op works is that you buy in to become a member for $250, and then you have unlimited fueling privileges, so you can go basically pick up fuel when you want to, and you prepay fuel, and it's $3.35 a gallon. You know, with the volatility in fuel prices, petroleum diesel can go up, and our prices usually stay the same. So a common misunderstanding is that you have to do a conversion to use biodiesel. You don't. Any diesel engine, any diesel car will run biodiesel as is.
Okay.
So if you want to use vegetable oil, straight vegetable oil in your car, you'll have to do modifications because cars aren't designed to run on vegetable oil.
So there's the difference.
There's the difference. You get about the same gas mileage with biodiesel versus petrodiesel, but diesel engines typically get a little bit better a little bit to a lot more gas mileage or fuel efficiency compared to gas. Biodiesel is an excellent lubricant, and I know with my old Mercedes that using biodiesel made the whole car run better because petrodiesel it burned with this pinginess, so it would make the whole car vibrate. And with biodiesel, the whole car would run better and feel like a smoother ride. People homebrew biodiesel too. They pick up waste vegetable oil from local restaurants, or in my case, I was getting it from the dining hall of the college that I went to.
Yeah.
And so that, with that particular waste vegetable oil, because it will depend on where the oil came from, it smelled like a grill. It smelled like a restaurant grill. So it's definitely not as offensive of a smell as petroleum diesel, and part of that reason is that petroleum diesel has these carcinogenic compounds called polyaromatic hydrocarbons, and biodiesel doesn't.
When it's completed, how many miles per charge?
With these batteries, we'll only get about 25 miles. When we get our new batteries, we'll put nickel metal hydride. That'll give us between 60 and 100 miles. And then we get our lithiums, we'll be closer to 200 miles.
And what, drive pretty much like it used to?
Better. Much faster. Much faster. I hadn't driven a gas-powered one of these in years.
Yeah.
And I drove it in here Friday. What a dog. After the electric doesn't even feel that fast, but you take off, and then you look in the mirror, and there's all these cars way behind you. The torque is at the bottom end, so you just take off really fast, and then the torque starts to fall off. So it just feels like you've stopped accelerating, where in a gas car, it starts slow, and it starts to pull. And so it's a different feeling, but I always end up like 10 car lengths ahead. I'm like, oh, I guess I am going fast.
How much does it cost to do this conversion?
A car like this, about 20 grand, and it goes up to 30 depending on the car. The smaller and lighter, the cheaper it's going to be, and the farther you'll be able to go.
Right.
But we're talking to a limo company about converting Hummers, because the average Hummer limo goes about 40 miles, and that's it. The rest of the time the engine idles just to run the air conditioning. You only need a horse and a half to run the air conditioning. You don't need a 400 cubic engine. So with the battery, they'll save lots on the energy, and then you don't have this engine idling hours on empty.
About this e-box.
Well, it's a conversion car. We take a gasoline car called the Scion XB and convert it to electric by taking out the engine and putting in a battery in our drive system. It has a 120 kilowatt electric motor, a 35 kilowatt hour battery, so it goes 95 miles an hour, 150 mile range, and 0 to 60 in 7 seconds.
All right. What type of battery?
Lithium ion. Really the most appealing aspect of these electric cars is the way they drive. And there are three aspects. One is the absolutely serene sense of acceleration you get, because there's no shifting, and the acceleration is very strong from a standstill and continues strong up to speed. The quietness, of course, is enjoyable, and then the regenerative braking, where you lift off the accelerator pedal and the car slows down very abruptly, and you can control it with how fast you lift off. So you rarely have to use the brakes, and you can just drive with one pedal.
Yeah. Are you taking orders right now?
Yes, we are.
How much?
The conversion is $55,000, and the car itself is about $15,000. So you bring a car either new or slightly used, and a deposit for $10,000, and we convert your car, and then the the balances do for me.